I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, I have the chop all coated with boiled linseed oil, and I think it looks pretty good. Nice and smooth, sealed all the way around. Not bad for a piece of wood that I cut out of a ramp that I used to load all the junk when I moved here. Recycling at its best. Now I just need to clean up a little bit, and then I can mount this onto the bench. Set this so I got the screw hanging off the edge, and I'm not banging up my bench. Not necessary, but I do like to have the heads of the screws all point in the same direction. A little bit OCD, or just a design element. Now I have to get these lower pieces lined up on that leg, and then I can just crank it in. There's still one element of this vise that I just don't like. When this was assembled sometime in the past, the guy doing it, probably for the best intention in his part, decided that a piece of pipe was the thing to have for a handle. I don't like that. It's noisy. It's uncomfortable because this end, even though it keeps the handle from falling out, it's got sharp edges on it, and it's just a real awkward thing to have. So I'm going to replace that handle. Now I really don't think that I can take this off of these two little pipe wrenches, but they're close to hand and I'm going to try them. Look at that. There's only threaded on there 2 threads. And they weren't good threads to start with. So now I have to go to the hardware store. I gotta buy a piece of dowel. I've been working on this bench vise. I've got the base done, I've got the screw mounted, I just need to make a handle. But before I can finish that up, I got a couple of things I gotta take care of. One of them is, I wanna have some knobs for the end of this, and I don't have a piece of oak big enough to make a knob. So I'm gonna take some of this scrap lumber and turn it into a piece of wood big enough to make the knob out of. To do that, I'm going to have to cut it. And this is where I actually get to use the bench vise for what it was intended for. This is an old piece of pallet wood, and it's just chock full of nails. But I've got a line right here where there isn't any nails, and another short section right here. So out of this, I need to make 2 knobs. I'm going to use this piece of dowel, which we're going to turn into a handle, as an improvised handle for this initial bit of work. One of the things that I don't like about oak is this version of oak we used to call piss oak because it smells really bad while you're cutting it. Makes great pallets. But for anything else, I don't know if I'd even want to try and make any furniture out of this thing. But I think it'll do fine for a knob on this vise handle. Good enough. Make a flat spot for gluing. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's got to be good enough so that when I put the two surfaces together, they'll close up and make a good joint. A lot of these projects are kind of stop and start. This one's going to be pretty much typical in that I'm going to get the thing ready. I'm going to glue it up. And then it's going to sit and wait. So while this is drying, I can go on and do another project. At least that's the plan. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments below. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. I have to find a nice safe place for this to sit so it can dry.